gimmeabreakman, give him a break because he sure deserves one. And when he's back...
On February 11th, I made a video called Eikawa Horror Story Eikawa Jigoku. And it's about an employee of a certain company that I cannot name and I will not name personally because Japan has some really strange defamation laws. And I could actually, you can go ahead and call me a chicken shit. I don't mind. Right now, as you know, my situation is I just had a kid. My wife just quit her job, so I don't have the yoyu, the leeway. No, I don't have the freedom to, or the time to deal with a lawsuit or anything like that. But yeah, in Japan, even if you're telling the truth, it can still be considered defamation. If you are saying something publicly that harms a company economically, you can be liable. So, I did consult with a lawyer and he advised me not to make such a video. So I will not be making any video naming it, but Unrested has. So if you are looking for a job in Japan, go check out that video and be sure to avoid that school. The guy that I talked to, I've actually talked to the guy that he's talking to. I've talked to him face to face. I've met him face to face and I've spent hours with him. I spent hours translating his complaints to the labor union, I think in Yokkaichi actually, where this took place. And, yeah, he basically got screwed over. So everything he says, is backed up by other accounts on the internet. The company that he worked for, apparently, I may be a little off on this number, but hired 9 people last year. And of those 9, like 7 of them quit or something. It's just some, crazy turnover that lets you, it's pretty apparent that something's wrong, right, at a school that has such high turnover. But I do want to give you all one very small piece of advice. And one issue I had with this guy, the employee, we'll call him the employee. I don't want to say his name, but he made one big mistake, and that was he didn't save his pennies. So he kind of lived from paycheck to paycheck, and even though it was a pretty shitty paycheck, he could have saved a little bit better. He bought things that he shouldn't have, like an iPhone, for example. But he didn't save his money, and when push came to shove towards the end there, and they really had him backed up against the wall, and they wanted him to do something they really didn't want to do, it was hard for him to take that step because he didn't have the freedom that a little savings can provide you. So for all of you who are watching this, my only piece of advice for you is if you come into Japan, do your research on the company before you take a job. Ask to speak to a company's employees, if possible. Big companies generally don't have the time to screw with you, but small companies like this do. If you're applying to ECC or Eon or Nova, those are not the top schools to work with. They don't give you the best contracts, but they're pretty legit. And in general, Nova had a problem in the past, but now they're apparently okay. But small schools, you have to be a little bit more wary. Okay. So look them up online. We're trying to create some kind of network so people can inform each other regarding this. Unfortunately, those of us who live in Japan who are in the best situation to actually gather this information cannot sponsor websites because we're liable. Okay, like I said, defamation laws are a bitch. But my piece of advice for all of you is you should have at least $1,000 saved up of emergency money. So if you're backed up into a corner where you don't want to do something and you need to escape a situation. And it may be more than 1,000, but calculate how much you need to get out of your situation, save up that money, and put it aside and don't touch it. So when push comes to shove and you have to get out of your situation, then use the money and get out. And this is what the employee here in this situation, did not have. And that's why it was so difficult for him to get out of his situation. Yeah, so that's all. That's my piece of information. Please check the link in the description. Thanks for watching. I apologize for the lack of I'll just say quality right now. Quality and output right now is a little bit low because, as you know, I just had a kid, and I'm not trying to use my kid as a big excuse. I know it's not a big deal. I know millions of, hundreds of people have had children before, at least 100, pretty sure. So I know I'm not breaking new ground here with the kid thing, but it's new for me. So I'm busy. I'm doing my best to keep my wife going crazy by so whenever I come home, I try to help out with the kid, rock him to sleep and all that, and I don't want to bore you with that right now, but anyway, go watch Unrested's video, and he's a brave man for putting out his video, so support it. Please spread that video. Put it on your Facebook, whatever, tweet it out, get it out there. Because even if that video gets taken down, and I will be surprised if it's not taken down. Yeah, at least maybe name the school in your tweets. Put it anywhere you can, especially if you live overseas. Put it in your blogs. Talk about it and rip off that video if you want and re-upload it. I'm pretty sure Unrested would be okay with that. But you better ask his permission. I haven't asked him. But yeah, rip the video and repost it somewhere else. And post the name of the school. So people can know the truth. All right. And again, the employee that you're watching in that video or you're hearing about in the video, he's not the only one to have that experience. I did a little research on the company and other people had very similar experiences. So yeah, that school is not a good school to work for. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Good night and talk to you guys soon. And, I have so many videos I'm just don't have quite enough time to make right now, but they will be coming soon. So keep your eyes on this channel and thanks, for your patience.
I want the nipple. I want the nipple.